evacuation? I thought I'd heard it all. Optimus expects us to turn tail and retreat. Not happening. If I turn my tail, it'll be to crush another wave of Decepticons with it.
A young archivist named Orion Pax was the first to sense something was wrong. Working in the Hall of Records, he monitored the same transmissions as everyone else. But he heard so much more. Orion was the first to realize that the gladiator Megatronus had ambitions that far outreached his success in the pits. After being shunned by the High Council, Megatronus created a new identity. And Megatron and his Decepticons were born.
I evaded detection longer than any other Autobot. Me, the Invisible Scout. The vents are also an excellent place to launch an ambush on the enemy. I held my own for many cycles, but Decepticons are tireless. And I, running low on energon, was not. Time has no meaning to an Autobot in stasis. No meaning at all.
Not much is known about the civilization that once spanned across what is now the Sea of Rust. Its history has been lost to time and oxidation. What is for certain is that its technology and culture predates the Civil War by a few millennia. Rumors persist, though unsubstantiated, of a massive explosion being the cause that abruptly ended all sentient life there and created the Sea of Rust. Whether this explosion was an accident of some lost technology or the result of a hostile conflict will be debated for ages to come.
For a scientist, Shockwave sure can act like an absolute idiot sometimes. He's wasted far too much time on this defunct energon tower. There is a lake of high-grade energon shimmering in front of his eyes, and all he does is mutter to himself and make countless calculations up in that blasted refinery of his. Sometimes I just want to shout, "Hey, Shockwave! Want to go for a swim today? Heard there's a nice gigantic pool of energon 10 feet from where you're standing."
After just a very short set of cycles, what seemed like a nanoclick in comparison to the millennium of oppression endured by Cybertronians, the status quo has been destroyed. Optimus Prime and his foolish Autobots continue to resist the tide of history, toiling under the persistent delusion that they can single-handedly reverse the direction of time itself. The struggle for freedom has been won. The revolution will be permanent. After countless megacycles of war, I have faced no harder decision. Given no more difficult order than this. Effective immediately. All Autobot soldiers are to retreat their positions and gather at Iacon. A final general evacuation has been planned, and it is presently underway. I implore all of you to resist, as I have resisted, the temptation to fight until the end. The end is here and now. Cybertron itself is past the point of survival. The future of the Autobots lies far from these war-torn lands. That future must begin now. I look forward to the honor of serving each of you again aboard the Ark. Until then, may the Primes watch over you.
No one around here even bothers to question that nutjob Shockwave anymore. But this? Why the spec did he build an exact-scale replica of a space tower over in the Sea of Rust? Talk about a waste of energon. I can't even get reimbursed for my off-duty recon patrols? Please.
Shockwave, all effort must now be focused on remote extraction of the target planet's energon reserves. Your calculations inspire sufficient confidence that such a plan is not only possible, but probable. Such an influx of raw energon right here on Cybertron will not only provide sufficient power to destroy Optimus and his Autobots once and for all, but also fuel the rebirth of our great empire. This is no longer an aspiration. It must be made a reality.
Lab Report 1162. Source code of Autobot Bruiser combined with a large shell-backed creature with 6 spiny legs. The natural curves of the creature's exoskeleton are stunning in their elegance.
Together with a seemingly innate attack instinct, this hybrid species should prove formidable indeed.